Hey there, folks, and welcome into another episode of our venture in the visual novel If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary. We are just about around the corner to a new year, and I'd like to help celebrate that with you. So I will be putting on a special streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate version on PC, and let's have some fun playing through the game as we transition into the new year. So that's going to be on the 31st, starting at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and that'll carry over to about 1 a.m. in the new year, January 1st. So I invite you to join me for that time as we transition into a new year. And with that, let's do a little bit of episode recap. So in the last episode and the previous episodes, Kotori definitely has animosity against Aoi because of the fact that he is not going to go to the university with her, but instead pick a different route. However, his love for her has not changed. But as a means of wanting to just socialize with everyone, there was a special dinner that happened at Flying Fish Manor, to which afterwards they also watched Amane on TV on a program called National Geographical, to which not a lot of things have actually changed about Amane. She's still as hungry as ever and tends to forget to eat, unfortunately. So it doesn't matter whether she's on camera or off camera. The results are always the same. But it looks like the production crew had that backup in mind as they gave her a little snack so she would not completely pass out. Then after the broadcast, everyone finished up and got ready to go home, to which Hibari Habane had actually said to Aoi that she and her parents are actually glad that Aoi gave Kotori a chance, and says that Kotori has been much happier since he came into her life, and that the parents are definitely looking forward to grandchildren. A few steps ahead, aren't we? Exactly. But nevertheless, as things winded down further, Hat looked at the two and was like, y'all need to talk about this tension and get that resolved. When an animal is telling you y'all need to work that out, you're probably doing something wrong. You probably should work it out. Nevertheless, Aoi did go over to Kotori and said, hey, can we talk? To which, of course, she still addresses him in a very formal manner. So let's find out how this conversation is going to go moving forward. Here we go. And here we have the couple, so let's see what happens. How long are you planning to keep this up, Miss Habane?
いつまでも何も一生よ、一生。
If that's the case, you might as well just break up. Listen, it might go down a different path, but that doesn't mean our relationship is not. Kotori finished drying her hair and was now clipping her nails, still ignoring me, of course. But even though her legs could move, she still struggled to bend her knees.
で、何よ。
Because he wants to try to reconcile, which is something you clearly don't want to do if you don't get your way. Well, I want to talk about our fight and, you know, the reason and stuff. Kotori ignored me again, still trying to clip her nails and not doing so well.
ね
What?
え、切って。
She stuck her legs toward me, pouting. For just a moment, I stood staring at her outstretched legs. Right. Yes, of course, Your Majesty. Oh, gosh. You didn't have to say that last part, Aoi. So throughout that time skip of everything, of course, he cut her nails, but he had cut one too short, obviously. But we came to find a fun fact about Kotori, that she actually used to be quite athletic before she lost her ability of using her legs, to which it turns out she was quite the volleyball player. So that's pretty cool. I laid my hand on hers, resting there on the bed. Kotori,
何？
let's make up. It's hard to talk to you when you're pouting like that.
ムスッとなんかしてません。
So why are your lips all puckered up?
そんなの私の勝手でしょ。ツンとさせたい気分なの。
Kotori tightened her lips even more. Oh, maybe this is what you're wanting. Kotori couldn't say anything when I sealed her lips with my own. Doesn't look like it. She stopped holding back and leaned closer into me. Her lips were soft and sweet. Maybe it was because she just got out of the bath, but her lips felt incredibly warm and juicy. We sat there, lips together, not moving. It had been so long since I had felt Kotori's warmth against me. I just wanted this to last. I wanted to feel more. I reached out my arms to hold her. And she suddenly stopped kissing me and jumped out of my arms. Huh? I opened my eyes in search of Kotori's lips again. However, instead of the flushed, lovely face of my beloved, she was looking at me with such intensity.
決めた。
Decided what?
私、わざと赤点取って留年する。そんでもってソアリング部に残る。
I'm not even gonna bother with a speech on this one. Huh? What are you talking about? Amani did enough of that for anyone. Just hold on a minute. Why'd you decide that now all of a sudden?
葵がいないんだったら大学なんて行ってもしょうがないもん。
We already talked through this, folks. You already know this is a bad idea. No reason? Didn't you say you wanted to study to be a systems engineer?
もうどうでもよくなった。
Okay, definitely a lesson here, folks. Do not do this kind of stuff. You don't give up your whole future just because of something like this. This is not acceptable. Okay, listen.
というわけだから出てって。
Aoi, if she don't want to make use of common sense, cut her loose. It ain't worth it. Hey, wait! Stop pushing me! Kotori was forcing me off the bed. Weren't we making up?
はあ？キスして仲直りなんてそんなちょろい女だと思わないでちょうだい。
Good point.
ハトいる？わ。
Had appeared as Kotori called out.
ハト？アタック！
Kotori jabbed her finger at me. Hey, stop that! Who do you think feeds you every day? Okay, I get it. I'm leaving. I fled the room, pursued by the furious duck.
ごちそうさまでした。
What's that even supposed to mean? Kotori stuck out her tongue at me and slammed the door. Then I heard the lock being shut. Hey, Kotori!
夜中だから静かにね。
You know what, at this point, if it's really gotten that bad, and there's all that kind of tension and unreasonability, who knows how much further that would go. Aoi, if she don't want to make use of common sense, cut her loose. Cut her loose. Harumi, are you okay?
大丈夫です。
No, you look very exhausted there. When Harumi got out of the cockpit, he doubled over, one hand over his mouth. Motion sickness. Today was our weekly flight. I piloted while he had practiced aerobatics for our final flight. Harumi, who had sat in the back seat, was in this state.
はるみくん、はくんだったらあっちの隅っこでお願いね。
Yeah, seriously.
うっす。
I guess I shouldn't have given you a ride. I thought it would be a good experience for
上
him.
はどうだった？
No good. The air is too stable today. I couldn't find any good thermals. I had ended up landing after only 10 minutes.
だってさ、おーい、小鳥ちゃん。
Kotori was a little ways away, staring at the sky.
ほら、聞いてるの小鳥。気流が安定してるんでしょ？
Why are you so out of it today? Come on, focus. Her heart clearly wasn't in it. Aga and I glanced at each other inside.
飛ぶんでしょ？すぐ準備して。わかった。キリノさん？はーい。
Haruka came when she was called.
飛ぶわよ。後ろに乗って。
Kotori was taking Haruka up next. Are you okay with the aerobatics?
大丈夫っす。ジェットコースターとか得意っすから。
I see. She wasn't even nervous. She'd probably be fine. Kotori, don't get too crazy up there, okay?
わかってる。
Kotori and I were still fighting, but we could talk fine when necessary, so the club was still a safe zone. But still, why is she so out of it? She was like that a lot lately. Kotori and Haruka got in the cockpit, and we went through the flight prep.
朝ちゃん、あげて。
Asa ran the winch, and the glider started down the runway. Kotori took control of the glider and rose it to the sky.
綺麗なもんだわ。
Yeah. Kotori piloted the glider beautifully. When she was at the controls, the glider slid through the air like a great white bird. At times, I felt one with the glider, but I imagine Kotori always felt that way.
ねえ、まだ喧嘩してんの？
I guess so. I wish it hadn't been that way, but that was the truth.
あの子にも困ったものね。みんなバラバラになっていっちゃうのが寂しいんだろうけどさ。
She said she was going to fail on purpose to get held back to stay in the club.
冗談だよね。
Did it sound like he was joking? I don't think she's serious, but it wouldn't be totally out of character for her.
今日でしばらく飛べなくなるってのに。いや、だからか。留年がどうとかってのは。
It was just before our final exams, and we were practicing for our final flight. So this was likely to be the last flight of the season, and the last day our supervisor could attend. No one knew when we would be able to fly next. If worst came to worse, we would not get a single flight during summer break. So we had to get all of our practicing done today. But you know, I looked up at Kotori flying like she'd been released from the bonds of gravity. I've spent almost every single day with her since we met.
そういや、そうだね。
I was the house mother at Flying Fish Manor, where she lived. We'd been living together since before we started going out. And we went to the same school and same club. We spent more time together than family.
そっか。進路が違うってだけじゃなくて、そういう寂しさもあるのか。
I'm leaving the house mother position this summer as well. The fact that I would be living separately from Kotori still hadn't hit home.
あの子甘えん坊だもんね。そんな子がよく家を出て、誰も知らない土地で寮生活なんてしてたもんだと思うわ。
She worked so hard every day back then. Her family had been on the verge of collapse after her accident. Kotori coming to Kazagawa had been like an escape.
それに比べたら全然大丈夫でしょ。
Yeah, I guess so.
こればっかりはしょうがないよ。ずっと学生のままいられないんだもん。
Agaha came to this realization as she looked through the binoculars. Well, something has her attention. But let's find out what that is on the next episode. Ah, what a cliffhanger. But seriously, folks, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff going through Kotori's head that's causing her to behave the way she does, and it's most likely inexperience. She's probably experiencing a lot of this stuff for the first time, and usually that brings up a lot of fear, and usually folks don't want to be seen as fearful. Okay? So I push hard on it, but I do understand that this is most likely heightened fear and also kind of a survival instinct that kicks in. So, even so, the big lesson we can learn from this is animosity and aggression. That's not going to help the situation. That's only going to make it worse. So, it'll be great if these two can work this out and really be at peace. Now, if they can't stay together but be at peace, that's still a win. But it seems that there needs to be a lot of understanding that needs to be gained. And sometimes that happens with our particular mate at that time. Sometimes it doesn't. But ultimately, she's experiencing this stuff for the first time. So she needs guidance. That's the number one thing more than anything else. As we go through life, you're going to experience a lot of things for the first time. And try your best not to push people away. We understand it can be scary, but that doesn't mean you have to go through it alone. And just because somebody may be on just a bit of a different path than you does not necessarily mean that you're alone. Well, with that, I want to thank everyone for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, maybe consider leaving a like. And if you would like to see more and you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing. And also stay tuned after I finish with this, as I got some slides to show you for some upcoming content that's coming down the pipe. So until next time, happy mixing, everyone.